Hello, everyone. This is Joe Brigantino with the OSP team here to give you a short but sweet tutorial of Clever and some of the behind the scenes things that must go on for you to go from ordering your subscription on opt-in or a la carte options all the way to your access to those subscriptions. So we're going to kind of take you through the entire process broadly. So that being said, we're going to go over just a few different things. One, the OSP handbook. Two, the EOS, the enrichment ordering system, and what it means for a subscription to be pending versus processed. We're also going to talk about subscriptions that are not compatible with Clever, because there are a few. We'll also discuss what the difference is between an integrated and a non-integrated subscription is in Clever, and what that means for you. And then we'll just go through an actual physical Clever tutorial for both your parent and student portals. To start off with, the OSP handbook. This is an invaluable resource with all things OSP related, and includes up to the minute updates and announcements, as well as instructions, answers to frequently asked questions, and much, much more. As you can see in front of you, we have announcements here, we have login information here, we have instructions here, even webinars, ton of wonderful, helpful information. So please, if you do not have that, go ahead and email us at osp@inspireschools.org. You'll receive an auto reply with, again, this handbook and a ton of information. So let's start out with the EOS here. Now, I wanted to point out that if you go to your student's account, I'm going to go back here for a second. You go to the OSP section of the EOS. Yours is going to look a little bit differently than this toolbar here, but this little clipboard with a check mark should be there. You can search for your student name or district ID. And then I'm going to go to view, and this is going to show you whether your students' subscriptions are pending or processed. Now, if they are pending, your data has not left the enrichment ordering system, which means that we have not sent anything to Clever. We have not sent any of your information to the vendors individually. It means that they are still kind of sitting in the EOS until we go in once a week, mind you, to pull that data and send it to the vendor. Now, with that said, most subscriptions submitted in the EOS on or before August 14th have already been processed. There are a couple of subscriptions, such as my on Accelerated Reader and TutorMe, that are taking a little bit longer, just due to some special programming requirements to activate those subscriptions. But with that said, once the subscriptions have been marked processed in the EOS, you'll receive an auto-generated notification email with your Clever login information. This means that we've essentially submitted the information to have the accounts created, but it also may take anywhere from 24 to 48 hours to activate the subscriptions on the vendor's end. So that's kind of like, it takes a few hours for the vendors to create the accounts and then partner up with Clever to create that link. So, you know, that icon on your dashboard in Clever, which we'll see in a few minutes, will go directly to that vendor. For subscriptions that are not compatible with Clever, or those that are not integrated with Clever, you should expect to receive a separate email from the vendor with your username and password, redemption code, and or download instructions. Pending subscriptions will be processed within 5 to 8 business days. So that means if it's pending on the EOS, it could take 5 to 8 business days. We do appreciate your patience while we work on creating over 10,000 subscriptions each week. It is a lot for us to handle, and we are doing the very best we can. And we assure you that it will be created, and you will have access as soon as possible. I wanted to talk about subscriptions that are not compatible with Clever. There are 5 subscriptions. I'm going to pull this up on the EOS as well, on the OSP handbook. There are 5 subscriptions that are not compatible with Clever: Adventure Academy, Beast Academy Online, Minecraft Education Edition, Time for Learning, and Accelerated Reader. Okay, so you will receive separate emails from those vendors with your username, password, and login instruction. And please be sure to check your spam folder. Oftentimes, some of these will filter into your spam, and you'll never even see it in your inbox. So please, if you don't see it in your inbox anytime soon, check your spam folder. Okay, And I believe that's it. So I'm going to go ahead and go into Clever. And I know we're going to talk about what an integrated versus non-integrated subscription is as we go through this tutorial. I'll kind of stop and pause. But for now, when you receive an email that your processed subscription or that your subscription is processed on the EOS, on the enrichment ordering system, that will contain your Clever username and password. It'll also contain the link to this portal right here. And this is where you're going to log in to both your parent and student portal. And please stick with the login with Clever tab here. We have not set you up with Gmails. We cannot guarantee that this is going to work for you. So please stick with the login with Clever. It will be easier for you, I guarantee you. And all of our parents and students are using it. Okay. So I'm going to type in my username and password here, which I, again, received through the process confirmation from the enrichment ordering system. This is going to happen every now and then. Just go to your portal. You may have to log in again. That's fine. I'm actually glad that came up in this tutorial because it's nothing to be afraid of. That notification, it happens, and you just have to sign in again. I'll show you. Not really sure why it does that. Just does that every now and then. Now, the first thing I wanted to point out is this Clever extension. In order for these apps to partner with Clever, right, that's outside of the vendor creating your account. So that needs to happen as well. But this needs to be downloaded on your browser in order for these apps to be connected with Clever. So I'm going to go ahead and first download this Clever extension. The extension is offered in 3 different browsers: Chrome, Microsoft Edge, and Firefox. And whatever one of those 3 browsers you're on, it'll take you directly to that extension. So, for example, I'm on Chrome at the moment. It's going to take me directly to the Chrome extension. So I'm going to add that. There we go. Need that. Okay, so this is done. Now, here we get to the non-integrated versus the integrated subscriptions. All of the subscriptions that are compatible with Clever are either integrated or non-integrated. So for integrated subscriptions, Clever will automatically store your username and password for these subscriptions. You will not have to enter any information. Accessing the integrated subscriptions will be as simple as clicking on the app in the Clever dashboard, like so. And as you can see, I'm already logged in. Now, we are using Schmoop as an example. It may be confusing because this is technically a non-integrated app. But for the sake of this presentation, we would like to just use this as an example. So essentially, an integrated app, you go into Clever, you're on the dashboard, you click into your icon, and you're in. You will never have to use a username or password. For a non-integrated subscription, you'll have to use an extra step to enable Clever to store your username and password for these non-integrated subscriptions, so you'll have a single sign-on access. Essentially, what that means is Grammarly is going to send you a personal email with your username and password, and that's the information that you need to fill out this. And once you fill this out, you log in, and you will not have to log in again, hence the single sign-on option. And again, please visit the OSP handbook. It has a full list of which subscriptions are non-integrated, which subscriptions are integrated, which means that is essentially implying what emails you should expect to see to set up your account. Now, we've gone through the integrated and non-integrated. Again, this is the dashboard. This is going to have every subscription that your students subscribe to, except for the ones that are non-compatible. Again, those are that 5 that I mentioned earlier that are also on the OSP handbook. Now, I wanted to point out this page. This is the teacher page. Okay, and so all of you parents have access to the teacher portal through Clever, and you can customize what you want your students to see. As you can see, we have just a dictionary.com link here. I'll even click it to show you. In a few minutes, I'm going to show you how this actually works, how you can link this up to your student. But for now, this will work. And that's it for the student portal. So what we're going to do is we're going to log out here and go to the parent portal. Again, please log in with Clever. Type in my information here as a parent. This information will also be sent to you through an email after your subscriptions are processed on our enrichment ordering system. Please allow just a few hours for us to get that information from the EOS to Clever. It does take a few hours for us to input that data, so please be patient with us. And thank you for your patience. We understand that that you do want access to these subscriptions as soon as possible, and we're doing everything we can to do that for you. Okay. Now, we are at the parent portal here, and I want to point out that Prodigy was not on our other student student portal that we were looking into a few minutes ago. It is because the parent portal is going to have all of the compatible subscriptions with Clever that your students are subscribed to. It's going to be the combination of all of them. Okay, so just because one app or one subscription is here on your dashboard doesn't mean that all of your students have it. So if you have 2, 3, 4, 20 kids, it's not going to all of them. It just means that at least one of your students has that application. We did also add this to all of our parent portals, the announcements page in the OSP handbook and the handbook itself. Again, whenever you have a question, these are here to help you immediately. And if you can't seem to find your answer there, you can email us at osp@inspiredschools.org. We would love to help you. Okay, so I'm going to help you create a page. Okay, now you can see that from our student portal, right, we have this dictionary app, we have Time for Learning. We saw that through Audrey's portal. I'm going to go ahead and go back and create a new page. From here, this little plus add button on the bottom right side of your screen. Add a page. Okay, we have a new page. You can customize the name, you can customize the description. So I'm just going to write resources for all of my students. Maybe I need typing agent. Okay, so we click add down here again, bottom right, add a link. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to, let's say you want your students to have the handbook. We'll go to the handbook, copy, paste the link there. All right, handbook here. All right, handbook here. You can write, again, this part is customizable here, the link name and category, and this little icon, whatever you prefer. And of course, the link itself. You don't have to give them the handbook if you wouldn't like to. Now, so I have the handbook, and it's linked up. If you click this, it's going to take me to the handbook directly. Okay, so there's the handbook. If you want, what you can do is share it. You can share it to one of your students or a few, or you can share it to all your students. Okay, again, it's up to you. It's up to your preference. I'm going to say that I'm going to send it to all my students here. So at this time, okay, it's successfully shared, which means that all of these students, Audrey, David, Jack, Joe, Mia, will have this link on their page, on their dashboard. You can create as many pages as you like. You can create as many share rules as you like. I do know there's also a few free apps here, so if you wanted to add some free apps that you know of, you can do that as well in your parent dashboard. The last thing I wanted to walk you through is how to troubleshoot forgetting a password on your student portal. So let's say Audrey, who we saw the dashboard for earlier, forgot her password as she's going in to the Clever portal. So I'm going to go to the right side here and help a student. I think Audrey's the one. Forgot. So this is a backup code. Essentially what you'll do here is copy and paste it into a portal on the initial page, the home page kind of Clever. And I'll show it to you in a second. Log out here. I'm going to act like I'm Audrey and oh my gosh, I need help. Having trouble, get help signing in. Okay, so this is what you're going to do. You're going to click this hyperlink. Like I said, it's the backup code. I'm going to paste that backup code in there. And now Audrey's in the home page. And she forgot her password. And here we go. We have the extra page too. So like I said, this is the first thing we looked at when we were first in here. But when we didn't, there was no handbook until we added it through the parent portal. And again, if I click that, it's going to go directly to the handbook. So I recommend for those subscriptions that are not in Clever, I added this earlier, Time for Learning is not with Clever, but you can just add the link to where it logs in if you'd like everything to be in one place. It is super helpful. Now, that just about does it for Clever. Thank you so much for listening. Please, please, please stay up to date with the OSP Handbook. If you have any questions that cannot be answered there, you can send us an email at osp@inspireschools.org. We will get back to you as soon as possible. And, happy school year. Thank you.